In the middle of the Pacific Ocean, thousands of miles away from solid land, is a ring of 23 small islands, known as Bikini Atoll. It's a geological formation of coral reefs that grew along the rim of an ancient volcano. Once part of the U.S. territory known as the Marshall Islands, this atoll surrounds a vast 230 square mile lagoon, famous for its deep blue waters. From afar, it would appear to be a tropical oasis. But almost 70 years ago, a devastating event took place here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
On March 1st, 1954, the U.S. military detonated an explosion here 1,000 times more powerful than the bomb that destroyed Hiroshima. It was a nuclear weapons test, codenamed Castle Bravo.
The Castle Bravo test was the largest thermonuclear test that the United States ever did. The scientists at the time thought it was going to be about a 5 to 6 megaton explosion. But when it went off, it was actually a 15 megaton explosion. So it was much bigger than they thought it was going to be.
Over the next decade, Bikini Atoll would serve as the U.S. military's testing ground for nuclear warheads. In fact, from 1946 to 1958, 23 nuclear devices were detonated in the area, generating enough fallout to cover more than 7,000 square miles in deadly radiation, transforming this tropical paradise into one of the most toxic places on Earth.
The entire area basically became uninhabitable. Bikini Island itself was obviously just wasted. But some of these other islands had really, really bad nuclear fallout. It started to snow. Of course, this wasn't snowflakes, this was nuclear fallout.
The water was full of radiation that people were drinking. And they couldn't raise crops in the soils because those were still contaminated. They were far too irradiated for human consumption. It was all just the stuff of nightmares.
70 years after the United States completed its nuclear tests, Bikini Atoll remains one of the most irradiated places on Earth. Many experts believed it would never be habitable again. But recently, a team of scientists from Stanford University discovered something astonishing. Life has apparently returned.
In 2017, scientists returned to the Bikini Atoll and found that it's thriving. It's teeming with life, with marine life. There are coral reefs the size of cars. Somehow life has found a way to keep building itself in a radiation-rich environment.
You've got to think that all of this nuclear testing in the Pacific is about the worst things humans have thrown at an isolated island community. And yet, Bikini Atoll showed just a crazy variety of marine life thriving. We're talking schools of thousands of fish, sharks and snappers, tuna. The Earth found a way to adapt, to regenerate, to come back.
Is it possible that the return of life to Bikini Atoll is an indication that the Earth is reclaiming these islands from human abuse? And if so, could there also be hope that the many other islands of the damned will one day become healed as well?
Every island has its own spirit. And with human interaction across the centuries, negative energy can be embedded within an environment, within a landscape. It's almost like an invisible bloodstain. So go there at your own peril.
Once one bad thing happens in a place, bad things start to just happen and just kind of stack up there. And then the superstition, I think, embeds itself into the local culture. But as we see in Bikini Atoll, nature always finds a way to survive.